Greetings, Gideon here once again. Today I'm going to show you guys one of my sketchbooks. Well, actually, this isn't exactly a sketchbook. This is more like a combination sketchbook slash datebook slash scrapbook, I guess you could say. When I was in high school and college, I had religious fervor when it came to keeping a sketchbook. I filled up dozens and dozens of sketchbooks, and I'm constantly harassing my students about the importance of keeping a sketchbook. But I gotta say that at this point in my life, I'm something of a hypocrite in that regard. I don't fill up sketchbooks the way that I used to. As my life became more and more about being here at home in my studio drawing pictures for a living, which I'm very grateful if that's what I get to do. But as that became my life, I had less and less opportunity, energy, time to just draw in my sketchbook for fun or for practice. So I felt pretty bad about that. So a few years ago, I decided, well, I got to keep track of what's going on in my life, and I want to also get back into a sketchbook practice. So why don't I combine my journal and my date book and my sketchbook and see what happens if I do that. So this was actually my second one right here. The first one, I don't know where it is. It's in a pile of crap over there probably. But this is the second one that I made. And here, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. So you can see the binding is now completely gone. And at the beginning of the book, some long-term to-do lists of things that I was trying to accomplish. And here are some notes on some possible book projects, some of which have gone nowhere, some of which are actually completed, like I Am the Audience. That book is finished. So this page was probably drawn a couple of years ago. So it's nice to know that at least something in here actually got made. Some of these other things never got made. Some did, some didn't. So here is my 2024 list of projects that I wanted to complete. Here's a list of comic book conventions I wanted to participate in. Okay, so here we get to like the bulk of the book. So you can see that I'm trying to strike some kind of balance between keeping track of all the shit that's happening in my life with some doodles here, and also sometimes gluing or taping interesting little items that I find. And so the pages really change depending on how busy my life was that week, and also on what pens happen to be sitting around when I'm working on the book. So I'll just flip through these here. Here's a little fragment of a Topo Chico box. I'm a big fan of Topo Chico seltzer. So I got a little bit more to-do stuff, little bits of doodles or automatic drawing out of my head. And here's a little detail of a boggle board. So my mother-in-law was probably visiting because she loves to play boggle. We always play boggle. Over again, like I'll write letters for each day of the week down the side here, and then I have all this area to put all the crap that I need to do. Now, what happens occasionally, and these make for slightly more interesting pages, is I'll skip ahead in the book and just use it as a sketchbook, and I'll draw something like this glass of water here. But then as the date book sort of overtakes those pages, I have to work the date book stuff around the drawings. Here's another one. I was waiting for an appointment. I think this is when I had my colonoscopy, maybe? I'm not sure. But so I'm at a hospital, and there's someone up at the counter yelling at one of the ladies behind the counter. Oh, actually, you know what? These drawings are all from my attempt at doing the 24-hour comic challenge. I don't know if you've ever done that, where you're supposed to do one drawing every hour the whole day. I've never completed it, but I've gotten close. So yeah, this is a Frisbee stuck in the snow. There must have been an ultimate game that morning that I played in, and there was snow on the ground, so that's always fun. You know, I had a root canal on that day. That was fun. You know, in my actual professional work, I don't get a chance to just mess around that much anymore. And I used to love to draw like just, you know, kind of abstracted, lumpy, kind of surrealistic shapes, and so I often find my brain seems to want to do that when I'm doodling, just to fill in these pages. Usually the other side of the page just ends up being nothing, or occasionally testing out pens or little scribbles for other things. Sometimes I get nice bleed through there. You know, like here I got a little bit of nice bleed through. Oh, here's a fun bleed. That's great. That makes me think I should use a Sharpie more often so I could get some cool reverse bleeds. Occasionally, I will get more ambitious. Like, you know, some of the pages are just like this, where it's just, okay, here's the letters for the days, and it all gets filled in. Sometimes I'll be a little bit more ambitious and think about what the overall composition of the page might be. As we go along, there'll be more and more of those. Sometimes I'll glue in little fragments of my own drawings. And yeah, I also like to sometimes fill in the negative space with bright colored pens to add a little bit of variety to the pages. Okay, and that is it for this particular volume of my journal/sketchbook. I think close to 3 years of my life packed into this book. And this is the new one. This is the one that I'm working on right now. And since this has gone on for so long, I'm not going to bore you with it now. I'm going to wait till it's a little further along. But yeah, this is the new one. And if you stick around, you know, in 6 months or so, I'll give you a detailed look at this volume. All right, if you're still awake and if you're still alive, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.